Let's go ahead and start in a seated position. Just finding a nice, straight, comfortable spine so we can kind of check in. And as you get settled in, just let your shoulders relax, let your jaw relax. Close your eyes if you're comfortable closing your eyes, and let's take a super deep inhale this morning. Big exhale through the mouth. Just take the opportunity to feel into your body this morning, noticing everything, the parts that might be tight, the parts that might even be achy, the parts that also feel really, really good. And then begin your deep, slow Mujai breathing. Check in with your thoughts. Check in with your emotions. Check in with your energy. Decide if there's any of that that needs to be changed, and you can work that in to your intention this morning. So bringing palms together in front of the heart, we go ahead and set our intention for our practice today. And when you're clear about your intention, take another deep breath in. And a big exhale through the mouth. Good. So we're going to begin today with a little bit of a gratitude flow. We'll just do it 3 times, but it's really nice to kind of do this physical embodiment of humility and gratitude. I think you guys have actually done this with me before a few times. So that's what we're going to start with. We're going to start on hands and knees, and then don't worry, we'll get into our regular Vinyasa practice. Let's go through the first one super slow, and then we'll do the following 2 just with the breath. This is a gentle and easy flow. So you begin by inhaling and arching the back. You exhale, you turn the toes under and press into down dog. Inhale, drop to the knees and come into a child's pose. And then exhale, sitting back on the heels, palms to the forehead. Now, if you've got any issues going on, and a couple of us do, you can be in a kneeling position. From here, we flatten ourselves all the way out into a full prostration, which means that your forehead is all the way on the floor and you're completely flat. So this is the posture of humility. From here, we bring our hands under our shoulders. We inhale into a cobra. And then we exhale into our downward facing dog. Drop to your knees. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, buns to heels, child's pose. Inhale, coming up to kneeling with your palms at your forehead. This is your gratitude. Exhale, flattening out completely, posture of humility. Inhale, coming into cobra. And exhaling into downward facing dog. Inhaling, dropping to the knees, arching the back. Exhaling into child's pose. Inhaling, posture of gratitude, palms to your forehead. Exhale, flatten your body out, humility. Inhale into cobra. Exhale into downward facing dog. So we're going to hold this down dog. That was your 3 gratitude flows. So just kind of move a little bit if you need to in this downward facing dog. Then find some stillness, some stretch. And then you can walk your feet forward. Keep your knees bent. Just hang and ragdoll. And then on your next inhale, come all the way up. Reach the arms up and overhead. And as you exhale, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, standing forward bend. Inhale, look up halfway. And exhale, back down. Step back with your left foot. Go ahead and come into your lunge. Hold this for a moment. And then we're going to go ahead and drop the left knee down. I want you to bring your right hand to the inside of your right knee. Press that leg open, rolling onto the outside edge of your right foot. Finding a little bit of a hip stretch here. Extend your right leg. Say hello to that right hamstring. And then go ahead and bend your right knee. Bring your arms up and overhead. Pelvis tilts, hips move forward. So we're just coming into that left front hip stretch. Go ahead and bring your palms together in front of your heart. And if it feels okay, come into a prayer twist to the right. Looking up over your right shoulder. And then bring both hands down inside your right foot. See if you can come onto your left forearm, perhaps both. Keep that left knee down for now. Hug your right knee in towards your torso. One more breath. And then step it back to plank. Hold your plank for a moment. When you're ready, lower down however you like. Come into either cobra or upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. Big step forward with your left foot. Just coming into your lunge. Drop that right knee to the mat. Let your left hand come to the inside of your left knee. You're going to roll into the outside edge of your left foot. Gently press that leg open. Extend your left leg. Get into that hamstring a little bit. Bend your left knee. Arms are up and overhead. Pelvis tilts back. Hips move forward. Finding stretch on the front of the right thigh, right hip. And then bring palms together in front of the heart and prayer twist to your left. So you're taking your right elbow outside your left near thigh, looking up over that left shoulder. And then we'll bring both hands down inside the left foot. Come onto the right forearm, perhaps the left as well. Hug that left thigh in towards the left shoulder. Hands on either side of the left foot. Step forward to your standing forward bend. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. And exhale, palms together in front of the heart. We're going to do that same series, but we're going to do it with the knee off the ground, but I'm just letting you know in case you want to modify and put the knee back down. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward, standing forward bend. Inhale, look up halfway. And exhale back down. Step back with your left foot. If you can hold the high lunge, arms come up and overhead. Hips are sinking. Left hand comes down to the mat. Right hand's going to come to the inside of your right knee. Please roll onto the outside edge of your right foot before you apply any pressure to your right knee. We want to make sure the knee stays happy. You want to feel it in your right hip. Right hand outside right foot. Extend your right leg and also try to extend your spine. Bend your right knee again. Come back up into your high lunge. Palms together in front of the heart, coming into your prayer twist. Left elbow outside right knee or thigh, twisting to look over right shoulder. Bring both hands down inside your right foot. Come onto that left forearm, maybe both. And then from here, step it back to plank and take the vinyasa of your choice. Make sure you're lengthening out as much as possible in your downward facing dog. And then step forward with your left foot. If you can, you're going to hold that high lunge, bring the arms up and overhead. Pelvis tilts, hips sink. And then we're going to take the right hand down to the mat. The left hand goes to the inside of the left knee, and we roll onto the outside edge of that foot before we apply any pressure. Left hand comes down outside left foot, gaze forward, extend your left leg, and extend your spine. Bend your left knee again. Bring those arms up and overhead. Find your high lunge, but then bring palms together and prayer twist to your left. So your right elbow's outside your left knee or thigh. Both hands come down inside the left foot. You're going to come onto your right forearm. Maybe you can get down onto the left one as well. Come back up onto your hands and step forward to your standing forward bend. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. And exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. And exhale back down. We're going to step back with our right foot first. Spin the heel flat. Come up into your warrior two. So you should have a left foot forward warrior two. Kind of take a moment, refine your alignment. Make sure that you feel really solid. We're going to breathe. Then I want you to take your right hand to your right thigh, left arm up and over, reverse your warrior. As you come up from this, warrior two, we're going to take the left hand inside the left thigh. The right hand is going to slide down towards the right ankle. You're going to keep your left knee bent. and press your left arm straight. So you get a little bit of tractioning on the left side of the spine, left hip. Come on back up, warrior two, and then straighten your left leg. Kick that right hip to the right, lengthen out, and just find a nice spine lengthening triangle pose this morning. Try to have your spine equally long on both sides, so not curving your spine, but lengthening it. Try and have your left leg straight. Be aligned over your left thigh. Now from here, we're going to bring the right hand down. I want you to swivel onto your right toes. Drop the right knee to the mat and walk your left foot over so that you can just kind of slide your way into pigeon with your left foot forward. Come onto the forearms if you're able. Take a few breaths here. Two more breaths. Now, as we come out of this pigeon, we're going to go straight to downward facing dog and take that left leg up and back, bending the knee, rolling your left hip open towards the ceiling. And then put your left foot back down and take a vinyasa. From this downward facing dog, we're going to step the right foot forward, spin the left foot flat, and come up into warrior two with right foot forward. Again, just taking a moment to refine your alignment. Right shin vertical, right knee tracking over second toe. Make sure you feel solid, and then bring your left hand to your left thigh, right arm up and over to reverse your warrior. As you come on up from this, you're going to bring your right hand to the inside of your right thigh. Your left hand is going to slide down towards your left ankle. Keep that right knee bent. Press your right arm straight. And get some nice tractioning in the right hip, right side of the spine. Come all the way back up, warrior two. Straighten your right leg. Kick your hips to the left a little bit. Lengthen the rib cage to the right. And again, we're coming into triangle with as much length on the right side of the spine as on the left. Try and have your body aligned over your right thigh. And then we're going to bring the left hand down, swivel onto the left toes. Drop your left knee, walk your right foot over so that you can come into pigeon on your right side. Coming onto forearms, maybe even flattening out and just breathing. Two more breaths on this side. And then just like we did on the other side, as you come out of this, you're going to go straight into downward facing dog. And then take that right leg up in the air, bend the knee, and roll your hip bone open towards the ceiling. And then put your right foot back down and take a vinyasa. Lengthen as much as possible in your downward facing dog. And then you can either walk or jump forward to a standing forward bend. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. So we're going to take our feet wide as the mat. We're coming into a yogic squat. And if you don't have wrist issues and you're feeling a little adventurous this morning, move back to the center of your mat. You're going to want a little bit of mat in front of you. So keeping heels flat, you're dropping the buns, you're modifying however you need to. And then if you're feeling like you can, we're going to go ahead and transition into crow this morning. Plant those hands, engage your core, lift your toes up. Feet back on the ground. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, step your feet together and your palms together. Next, we're going to just go right on into our standing balance. Today, we're going to be doing Warrior 3. And I'm going to have you do it just a little bit differently. I want you to go ahead and interlace your fingers, but extend your index fingers out. So Jupiter Mudra. Have those at your heart. We're going to stand on our left foot first. I want you to inhale and bring your knee up into your chest, your right knee. As you exhale, start to hinge at your left hip, extending your right leg out behind you as you extend your arms in front of you. Come back up and put your right foot on the ground. Standing on your right foot, as you inhale, bring your left knee up into your chest. As you exhale, begin to hinge at your right hip, extending left leg out behind you as you reach your arms out in front of you. And come back up and release. Feet together, hands together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. And exhale, back down. Step back to plank. Take your vinyasa. From this downward facing dog, we're going to step our right foot forward, spin the left heel flat, come up into Warrior 1 this time. Find your alignment. Make sure you feel stable and strong. And then we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and fold forward, taking right shoulder to right thigh, relaxing the neck and reaching the arms up. Humble warrior. Keep your fingers interlaced, and come back up. Straighten your right leg, really pull your right hip back. Lengthen your torso out over your straight right leg. Come back up, keep the fingers interlaced, bend your right knee. You get to lift off for a second warrior three. You've had some nice practice now. So we're going to keep the fingers interlaced and begin to lift off, extending left leg behind us. If you're able, put your left foot back where you got it. Release your arms back up. Warrior one. And then take your hands to the mat and flow through your Vinyasa. Lengthening in this downward facing dog as much as possible, really appreciating the pose for all of the benefits. And then stepping left foot forward. Spin your right heel flat. Come up into warrior one with your left foot forward. Make sure that your alignment feels good and you're solid. So as you know, you're here for a bit, right? Interlace your fingers behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Fold forward, left shoulder to left thigh. Neck relaxes. Arms reach up and overhead. Humble warrior. And we keep the fingers interlaced as we come back up. Straighten the left leg and lengthen ourselves out over a straight left leg. Come all the way back up. Bend your left knee. Keep your fingers interlaced. Here we go. It's that second warrior three. Lift off, extending your right leg out behind you. And then if you can, you put your right foot back down where you got it. Release the arms up. Warrior one. And then take your hands to the mat and take a Vinyasa. Lengthen yourself out. Really get that nice deep stretch. And then drop down to the knees. We're going to do that, what I call the kickstand variation of threading the needle. And I'm going to have you start with your right leg out to the right. Your leg should be straight and your right foot should be completely flat. And then you kind of slide it up a little bit if you can. You're going to reach your left arm underneath you like you always do for threading the needle. And don't worry about your left arm, left hand, right? It doesn't matter whether or not you grab the right leg or calf. Makes no difference. You still have a kickstand. And then you're going to take your right hand to the ceiling and maybe even allow your chest to roll open a little bit. Come all the way back out of that. Hands and knees. Wag your tail if you need to. And then we're going to go for the other side. So we're going to take the left leg out to the left. The foot is flat. And the leg slides up a little bit. Reach your right arm underneath you. Left hand towards the ceiling, maybe even rolling open a little bit. And then we come back out, hands and knees, and give yourself a little tail wag. Coming in to heart opening pose for a couple of breaths. Arms reaching in front of us while our hips stay directly over our knees, allowing the chest to start to drop. Let your forehead find the mat. Armpits are sinking down towards the floor. And then we come on up from that, step it back to plank, and flow through your final vinyasa of today's practice. From this downward facing dog, you can either walk or jump your feet forward, take them the width of the mat, and yet one more time, we come into our yogic squat, heels flat, chest lifted as much as possible. If you're feeling extra spunky, whip out a second crow just for giggles, and if you don't want to, you certainly don't have to. And then we're all just gonna let our buns find the ground and have a seat. So you're gonna extend your legs, come into Dandasana. Find your sit bones, have a nice straight spine. You can have your hands on the floor behind you or they can be on your thighs. Activate your legs. You want the energy to run through the legs. Check in for a moment. How do you feel? How's the breath? The thoughts, the emotions, the energy. How's it going with your intention? And then just take a big inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. And as you exhale, lay yourself out over your thighs. Relax your neck. Take a couple of nice, deep, slow breaths. Come all the way up from that. We're going to extend our legs into a nice wide V. Make sure you're on your sit bones, flex your feet, and have your toes pointing straight up. Don't let your thighs roll in or out. You want neutral alignment. If your hips are tight, your hands will be behind you, just pushing the chest forward. If you feel an inner thigh stretch when you do that, that's all you're required to do this morning. If you need more, hands come in front of you, but the heart stays lifted as we lengthen our torsos forward, and we simply breathe and let gravity assist us. Couple more breaths here. And I'd like you to keep your legs wide, but just bring yourself back up. Your left hand is going to stay dead center between the thighs. Your right hand is going to be behind you. Rotate your torso to the right. Keep your right leg active. Lengthen your torso forward over your right leg. Keep your left leg active too. Don't let it roll in and get lazy. Come on up and we switch. Right hand comes in the center between the legs, left hand behind us. Both legs stay active. Lengthen out over your left leg. Come back up. I want you to see if you can get your legs a little farther apart. We're almost done here, don't worry. And then what I'd like you to do is start to walk your fingertips forward. And this is different for everyone, wherever you can get to. And then while you're still reaching forward, reach the hands forward, but start walking them around towards your right foot. Maybe even grabbing it. If you can grab your right shin or right foot with your right hand, do so. And then reach that left hand up for the ceiling and overhead. Really nice, deep side bend and inner thigh stretch. Left hand back on the ground, right hand meets it. We're reaching forward, forward, forward as we walk our hands around to the left foot. Maybe you can even have your left hand on your left foot or calf. And then we'll take the right arm up and reach it over for a really deep side bend. Right hand back on the ground, left hand meets it. Walk the hands forward, forward, forward. As you come forward, notice if you're a little farther down. And then just walk your hands up. Help your legs together. Give them a good wiggle. And then lean back a little bit on your hands. They shouldn't be too far behind you. I kind of want you to have a straight spine. Allow the soles of the feet to come together. Wherever they land is perfect. Keep your chest lifted and simply press the knees out to the side and down towards the ground. Couple more breaths here. And keep the soles of the feet together. Go ahead and grab your toes and just gently fold over your legs. Come up from that. We're going to extend the right leg out. Go ahead and snug that left foot in to your right thigh. Lean out over your right leg. Stretch. Come on up from that. Pick your left foot up and bring it across your right thigh and get your left foot completely flat. Lift up through your chest and we're going to twist to the left. You can either just hug your left knee or you're welcome to bring your right arm outside of it as you twist and look over your left shoulder. Unwind, extend your left leg. Bring your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Lean out over your left leg. Come on up, pick your right foot up, bring it across your left thigh with your right foot completely flat. And we twist to the right. Your right hand is behind you. You're either hugging the right knee or bringing the left elbow outside of it. Unwind the legs, extend them out, give them a good wiggle. Bend your knees, grab behind your thighs, lift your chest, lean back, lift your feet, extend your arms if you can, extend your legs. We're just going to hang here for a few breaths in boat pose, Navasana, before we bring ourselves all the way onto our backs. Remember to breathe here. This is really good for strengthening iliopsoas. Go ahead and put your feet down and very slowly roll your way down onto your back, taking your time. And then hug your knees in and rock side to side. So from here, I'd like you to go ahead and just take your right thigh really tightly over your left thigh. Hug the knees in. If you feel like you can, clasp the feet or ankles and bring about a 90-degree angle at the knees. So we're trying to get some more sensation in that right glute. Just take a few breaths here. Keep your thighs tightly crossed. Let go of your legs. Put your left foot back down in the middle of the mat. And if your back is okay with twisting deeply, take both knees tightly crossed to the left, letting your right arm open out to the right, letting your head turn to the right. Really nice deep spinal twist. On your next inhale, bring your legs back up. Keep the knees crossed. Let's draw 3 circles in the air in each direction with the knees. This should feel pretty good on your low back. Make sure you go both ways. And then you can uncross your legs, give them a good squeeze, rock if you need to. And we go for the other side. Left thigh tightly crosses right thigh, either hugging knees in or clasping the feet or ankles and trying to get a 90-degree angle as we pull in. Ankles should be flexed no matter what. That protects your knees. Your knees up. And just breathe. Keep your thighs tightly crossed. If you can do the deeper twist, take your right foot onto the middle part of your mat and simply drop both knees to the right. Left arm opening out to the left, head turning to the left. As always, if this is too much of a twist, you can certainly uncross the legs. On your next inhale, bring your knees back up. Keep them crossed. Let's draw those 3 circles in the air in each direction with the knees. And then as you finish out, unwind, hug your knees in, and side to side rock. So for today, you get to do the inversion of your choice. We're going to do it for 6 slow breaths. You can do a headstand or a handstand. You can do bridge. You can do plow. You can do shoulder stand. You can do any inversion that feels good to you. If you need an extra yummy, gentle day, you could even do legs up the wall. That would be acceptable. So whatever you choose, go for it now and stay in it for 6 slow, deep breaths. And of course, it's your count, your breath, but as you finish out your 6th exhale, you'll find your way all the way back down from whatever you were in. Clasp the outside edges of your feet and take a little happy baby time. Wiggle around, enjoy yourself, explore, feel what's going on in the lower half of your body. When you feel like you're ready, place your feet on the mat. Let's do a couple of those breath-centered hip rolls. Exhaling, dropping both knees to one side. Inhaling them back up and exhaling and dropping them both to the opposite side. Inhaling them back up. 2 or 3 more on each side. When you feel like you're ready, when you feel like you're even, let the knees drop open, soles of the feet together. We're going to just lengthen our low backs like we always do. So inhale, press your low back into the mat. Hold it while you just do normal, deep, slow breathing. Next time you breathe out, just relax all the muscles in your body. And then one more time, inhale, flatten the back. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then exhale and release. Begin to extend your legs. Do any last moment movements that you feel like you need. And find your Shavasana position. Hands below heart, palms facing up. Legs relaxed, hips relaxed, neck relaxed, jaw soft, eyes closed, forehead smooth. Take a big inhale through your nose and sigh it out your mouth. Totally let go of everything. Let go of the tension in your body. Let go of the practice that just preceded this moment. Let go of control of your breath. Let go of caring what's going on in your mind. Just let go into the moment. As you feel yourself getting firmly rooted in the present moment, I'd like you to find one single sensation in your body that you're grateful for. Bring your awareness to your breath now. Take a moment of gratitude for your breath. The breath that you're breathing right now is keeping you alive. It's an amazing gift. And I'd like for you to think a positive thought. And then have gratitude for the fact that you can do that you can choose your thought, that you can choose to think something positive. Then I'd like you to think of someone very dear to you. It doesn't matter who it is. Family, friend, mentor, spouse, significant other, animal, anyone in your life that's very, very dear to you. And I want you to have gratitude that you have the capacity to feel this amount of love. Finally, I want you to feel into your level of energy right now. Just think about your energy. In yoga, we call this prana, life force. It is animating energy. Allow yourself to be truly grateful for this energy that animates you, this life force. In other words, this life. Without this prana, you wouldn't be here in this body, experiencing this level of consciousness. So gratitude for the prana, for the life force, for the life. Ultimately, the prana that animates you is the same prana that animates me, is the same prana that animates everything that's alive. Gratitude for the connection. Gratitude for the community. Gratitude for the us rather than the I. Maintaining your sense of gratitude and appreciation for all of these things. Begin to deepen your breath. Begin to move your fingers and toes. When you're ready, take that deeper breath in, spread your fingers and toes. Exhale and relax them. Deeper inhale, stretch however you need to stretch. And exhale. Bend your knees, hug them in. Roll to your right side. And then press up into sitting. And as you arrive at your beautifully aligned seated posture, I'm going to ask you to do a mudra today. It is the Mudra of Offering. So we bring palms facing up, we bring the little finger sides of our hands to touch. And so this just rests in front of our heart with our palms up. This is the Mudra of Offering. This is how we offer gifts. This is how we offer to the world. What's interesting and lovely about it is this is also the gesture of receiving. When we give, we receive. right? It shows there's that energy flow. So as we offer gratitude this morning and offer thanks, we're open to receive all of the myriad blessings continuously being showered upon us. So with your hands palms up in front of your heart, close your eyes and just take a really slow, deep breath in. Exhaling out love and gratitude as you breathe out. Inhaling in love and gratitude. And again, exhaling and offering it to the world. Inhaling and receiving it. And exhaling it back out. Allow your hands to come together, palms together, Anjali Mudra, prayer hands in front of the heart. As always, we take a moment in gratitude, but right now we can simply be grateful that we have the capacity to see beauty, to experience appreciation and gratitude, which precedes joy. We have the capacity for joy. There's nothing more gratifying than that. Take one more huge inhale through the nose. Big sigh through the mouth. We bring our palms together in front of our foreheads, reminding us to be present so that we can see the beauty. We bring our palms to our lips, reminding us to speak our truth, which should include our thanks. We bring our palms together in front of our hearts, reminding us to keep our hearts open so that the gratitude, compassion, appreciation, and love can flow both ways. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate you immensely. Namaste.